Hello everyone and welcome back to KORR Monsters. This time we are in Jacksonville, Florida for the final stop of the 2008 season before KORR Monsters Finals 9. Our field of trucks for this event features Luke Riley in Bold Hill, Ward Clayton in Buster, Guy Neal in Flashover, Gene Martin in Glazed and Confused, Nico Brock in Grim Fate, reigning freestyle champion Mark Moody in Ha C&C, Cooper Lewis in High and Mighty, Ryan Poole in Mothman, two-time racing champion Lonnie Hall in Rambunctious, two-time freestyle champion Opal Baxter in Reckless Red, Adam Bell in Sassy Child, and rounding out our field, Bill Taylor in Violator. Now to start off our show, we're going into racing. 4 trucks getting a bye run into round number 2, those being Grim Fate, Ha C&C, High and Mighty, and Mothman. But before we get to those trucks, we have to go through round 1 of racing, which is going to see Violator going up against Flashover, Glazed and Confused going up against Sassy Child, Bull Tilt going up against Rambunctious, and then ending off round 1, it'll be Buster going up against Reckless Red. Now first race pulling up to the line, Violator and Flashover waiting on the green light, and away they go. Violator got a much quicker start than Flashover. Coming around the first turn, and it looks like Flashover has the lead right now, but not by a whole lot. Coming around the last turn now. Coming to the finish, who's it going to be? It's going to be Flashover by about a truck, getting into trouble on the landing, but he's going to recover it. Doesn't look like the truck got damaged there. Next up, we have Glazed and Confused going up against Sassy Child. Good start from both trucks. Coming around the first turn, looks like Glazed and Confused is having an issue in the turn. It's going to be Sassy Child with about a truck length advantage. Going into the final turn, coming to the finish now. It's going to be close, but it's going to be Sassy Child just barely getting the win over Glazed and Confused. Now our next race, it's going to be Bull Tilt going up against Rambunctious. And Bull Tilt actually left the line before Rambunctious. Now as we come around for the first jump, it's all Rambunctious made up that gap very quickly. Now Bull Tilt's going to clip a car coming to the finish line. It's going to be Rambunctious by bus lengths over Bull Tilt. Now last race of round number 1, Buster and Reckless Red pulling up to the line. Good start from both trucks. Into the turn, Reckless Red going to clip a car. Doesn't look like it affected her too much. In fact, she has the lead right now. As we go into the last turn, can Buster make up the gap? Looks like the answer is going to be no to that. Reckless Red picking up the win going into round number 2. As we now take a look at our bracket for round number 2, it'll be Grim Fate going up against Flashover, Ha C&C going up against Sassy Child, High and Mighty going up against Rambunctious, and then Mothman going up against Reckless Red. Now first up in round number 2, Grim Fate and Flashover pulling up to the line. Good start from both trucks. Grim Fate pulling the front wheels. Both trucks pretty wide in the turn. Come to the line though, it's going to be Flashover with the advantage, but a very bad landing. Coming to the finish, who's it going to be? It's going to be Grim Fate getting the win, and Flashover buries the front end of the truck in the dirt. A lot of damage there to that truck. Have to see if he can come back for freestyle. But next up, Ha C&C, Sassy Child on the line. Good start from both trucks. Coming across the line the first time. Too close to call. It's all going to come down to this last turn. Coming to the line, it's going to be Ha C&C picking up the win and getting into trouble. Up and over, he's going to go into the dumpster. Don't know if he'll be back for round number 3. We'll have to see. Sassy Child could be getting a gift there. As now High and Mighty and Rambunctious leave the line. Going into the first turn, looking good so far out of both trucks. And again, too close to call at the line. Coming around the last turn. It's going to be Rambunctious putting that Hemi horsepower down to the ground to get the win to go into the semifinals. And now last up, Mothman and Reckless Red pull up to the line. And Reckless Red nails the light. Coming around the first turn, the race is all Reckless Red. All she has to do really is not make a mistake and she'll get an easy win here. And indeed, Opal Baxter, Reckless Red moving on into the semifinals very easily over Mothman. So now we look at our semifinal matchup. It'll be Grim Fate going up against Sassy Child. So CNC not able to come back, and then Rambunctious going up against Reckless Red. Now we have our first matchup pulling the line, Grim Fate, Sassy Child. Good start from both trucks. Into the first turn, looking pretty even so far. Across the line, pretty even. Sassy Child, a lot of rebound in the front of the truck. Grim Fate clips a car, pushes him really wide in the turn. It's going to be Sassy Child picking up the win, going into the finals. Going up against the winner of this race, Rambunctious versus Reckless Red. 4 championships between these two drivers. Lonnie Hall, 2-time racing champion. Opal Baxter, 2-time freestyle champion. Coming around for the first time. And looks like Rambunctious has a slight advantage. As we come around the final turn. At the line, it's going to be Rambunctious just barely getting the win. And moving on into the finals, going up against Sassy Child. So it's a Chevy and Dodge matchup here in the finals. Which one is going to come out on top? Sassy Child nailed the light. Have to see if he can capitalize on that. So we come around the first time. Really close at the line, but I think a slight advantage to Rambunctious. So we come around the final turn, no doubt about it. Lonnie Hall in Rambunctious is going to be your racing winner here in Jacksonville, Florida. As now we move on into freestyle. First up, it's going to be Bull Tilt. Then we'll go into Mothman, High and Mighty, Sassy Child, Violator, Glazed and Confused, Buster, Rambunctious, Grim Fate, Flashover, Reckless Red, and then we'll be ending off with our reigning freestyle champion, CNC. Coming out first for freestyle, Luke Riley and Bull Tilt. Still relatively new to this truck. It's been improving as the season goes on. Starting us off a little bit of a slap wheel. He had to put it down pretty quick. Gets a good little bit of air going over that tabletop. Now going after this 4-sided jammer that the track crew put out on the track. First time we're seeing an obstacle like that. Very unique, especially compared to what these drivers are used to seeing. This Bull Tilt blows the smoke going over that van stack. I'm pretty sure these are the biggest obstacles Luke Riley has seen so far. We got some pretty big ones out here in Jacksonville as he gets a great slap wheelie this time. Combos it up with that purple car stack. So it's a little understandable for Luke to be a little hesitant here on this track. But he's doing a good job. He's hit almost everything out there as he goes backside over the bus stack. Just 15 seconds left on the clock. And he's going back to that 4-sided jammer. Gets some good air. Gets into a little bit of trouble. Keeps it on all 4 wheels though. So he gets a little sky wheel going over that van stack to fill time. So Bull Tilt, first truck out, first truck to fill time. So we get some donuts now, blowing the smoke while doing them. And he's going to shut it off there. It's going to be 22 for Luke Riley and Bull Tilt. As next up, we have Ryan Poole coming out in Mothman. Relatively new driver, only been driving this truck for about a month. maybe 2 months at this point. Have to wonder if he's going to risk hitting any of these bigger obstacles or if he's just going to stick to the smaller stuff. We'll have to see. We saw last week out, not a lot of momentum, and he mostly just hit the racing lanes. So he's going to crawl over that van stack. Goes for a slap wheelie, not quite enough to get a slap wheelie out of it, however. Coming around, coming back to this other van stack. About halfway through the run, he's hit a bunch of stuff, just not a lot of air underneath the truck when he hit him. And looks like he's going to go for the big bus stack. Got a little bit of air going over it, but not really much, mostly just rolled over it. Come down to the last 26 seconds of this run. Not really a whole lot to talk about here. Probably going to be a pretty low score. It looks like he's going to go for some donuts here. Have to wonder if this is how he's going to end the run. Just a couple seconds on the clock, and he's going to end it there. Not quite full, but still gets a 16 from the judges. As next up, Cooper Lewis comes out in high and mighty. It looks like he's going to start with that van stack as well. Goes for a slap wheelie, not going to get one. As Cooper gets to work on this floor. Little bit of air going over that red van stack. A little bit of a slap wheelie coming off of it. Now we're going to get some donuts here. Much faster momentum than what we saw out of Mothman, but only a couple of rotations. Now some good air going over that jammer. A good little sky wheelie over the purple stack. A little bit of a slap wheelie coming off. Great walking sky wheelie into a slap wheelie. Gets into trouble on the bus stack. Great move there from high and mighty. Down to the last 25 seconds of the freestyle run. Gets some good air, not quite clearing the tabletop, however. A little bit of a cross thread out of high and mighty. First one of the event. And combos it up with the bus stack. Again, not a lot of air out of him, but he's hit, I think, everything on the track now. So we'll have to see what the judges can do with this score. As he's going to park it there. It's going to be a 24, so that's good enough to take the lead. So we now move on to Adam Bell and Sassy Child. Made it all the way to the finals in racing. And he's going to come out, start us off with some donuts. Good set of donuts to get us started. That goes right for that bus stack. Gets into a little bit of trouble. But the truck stays on all four wheels. Get some good air going onto the tabletop. And another good sky wheelie going over that van stack. That van stack producing a lot of really good sky wheelies. Oh, a little crooked in the air. Hard landing on the left side. Truck looks to be okay. Now is he going to go for a slap wheelie here? Yes, he is. Just walks it. I don't even think he touched the wheelie bar up and over. He's going to go and he's going to save it. Yes, he is. Adam Bell and Sassy Child already save of the night. You can see smashed in the front clip. And now the front clip's gone, so you didn't get a chance to see it for long. coming around. Right back to that jammer. Great air going over it. You have to think, especially with that save, the judges are going to love this run. Gets into trouble once again. Up and over he's going to go. Not going to save it this time. Lost the wheel. It's going to be a 26 for Adam Bell and Sassy Child to take the lead. So now Bill Taylor comes out in Violator. Starting us off, great air on that jammer. And some more good air going over those purple cars. I'm not sure if anyone's actually cleared that purple stack yet. A lot of people are just using it to transfer. So we get a great slap wheelie out of Violator. Now biggest air of the night off the bus stack. Great air there from Bill Taylor and Violator. This looks like he's lining up to clear the tabletop. Now he's going to transfer it over to the red bus stack. Very technical move there out of him. And he combos it up with the bus stack. Now more huge air out of Violator. Hard landing on the left side. Gets into trouble. Puts it back down onto all four wheels. Now some good air going over that van stack. 25 seconds left on the clock. Gotta wonder if this is going to be close to the lead as he cross threads the tabletop and lands it on that red van. He's going to cross thread the bus stack as well. Bill Taylor going for this freestyle win, wanting to get his name in the conversation for finals. So you get some great air going over that purple stack. Time's expired, so everything from here on is just for the fans. Now going right back to the jammer. Gets into a little bit of trouble. Truck's going to shut off on him. It's going to be a 27 for Bill Taylor and Violator, so that'll take the lead. So now we have Gene Martin coming out and glazed and confused. Once again, another truck going to that van stack to start off. Great air there for glazed and confused. Not a lot of height, but a lot of carry on it. More good air off that red van stack. Not a lot of people have hit that. They've hit pretty much everything else, but I think only 3 trucks have hit that red stack so far. So Glazing Confused gets tripped up by that van stack a little bit, but he keeps on going. And now another transfer onto that red stack. Glazing Confused going for the same crossthread we just saw out of Violator, except lands it off to the side instead of on the red stack. 20 seconds left in the run for Gene Martin and Glazed Confused. Get some good air off that van stack. Now another cross thread up and over. He's going to go. Can he save it? No, he will not. It'll be a 25 for Gene Martin and Glazed Confused. As next up, Buster coming out, driven by Ward Clayton. One of only 2 of the Team Try Me trucks here. Other one, of course, being Grim Fate. I believe this is the first time these 2 trucks have been on a KORR Monsters show by themselves. Normally they're with at least one of the other 2 trucks being Try Me or Doggone Crazy. So we'll have to see how these 2 perform when they're by themselves here. So far, good start to the run for Buster. A little bit of a slap wheel there coming off the van stack, right over the bus stack. And of course, Buster and Grim Fate As previously mentioned, members of Team Try Me, which, as you know, means we're probably going to get a very crazy cross thread, if not more than one, out of both these trucks at some point during the freestyle. Huge air off the red stack for Buster. So we're going to go into some donuts here with about 30 seconds left on the clock. Make that some cyclones, and up and over Buster's going to go. Can he save it? No, it's going to be a 21 for Buster. Way too much time left on the clock for him. So now our racing winner, Lonnie Hall in Rambunctious, comes out. Once again, starting with that van stack, went dead vertical. No forward momentum in that hit at all. Now gets some good air going over the purple stack. Immediately onto two wheels, but he's going to recover it. What a save to start off from Lonnie Hall and Rambunctious. Of course, Rambunctious with his brand new 2009 Dodge Ram body on it. Dodge debuted this body earlier this year at the Detroit Auto Show. And Rambunctious was there debuting this look. Got a lot of attention from a lot of people. So now we're getting some cyclones here out of Rambunctious. Halfway through the run. Really good momentum. Huge air off the van stack. How do you get that much air off a van stack? Oh, just slammed the front end of the truck into the same van stack, and now hits it with the rear of the truck, gets into trouble. Decides to just go right back over instead of trying to go around it once again. Cross thread out of Rambunctious. Gets into trouble onto two wheels once again and puts it back down. Time for one more hit here for Lonnie. And he airs it out huge over the tabletop, clears it by at least a truck length. Gonna have to see what the score from the judges is gonna be as he launches it off the bus stack, makes it halfway across the floor. Scores in, by the way, as he gets more huge air off that van stack. So all of this is just for the fans. You have to wonder if these counted for the score. This would probably be a 30 or at least a 29. And it looks like we're going to get some donuts here right in front of the camera. Make that some cyclones. This truck gets up and over onto its lid. And it's going to be a 27 for Lonnie Hall in Rambunctious. Not quite enough to take the lead, but it will tie the lead. As now Nico Brock comes out in Grim Fate. The only driver on Team Try Me to not have a win yet in his career. He's been close oh so many times, but never quite sealed the deal. Is Jacksonville the place he can finally get it done? So far, good start. Hit the other van stack to start off instead of the one he's going to now, which almost everyone has started with. So unique start for him. Have to assume that's at least going to be a point from the judges just for starting off differently. So far, it's a good run. A lot of momentum out of Grim Fate. Not a ton of air, nothing too crazy out of him. But there's still a lot of freestyle left as it looks like he's lining up for a big cross thread over the bus stack, hitting it dead sideways. Huge sky wheelie. And the truck shut off on him in the air. Not very good. Time stopped. He gets the truck refired. Now huge air going over the bus deck, up and over. He's going to go. He gets on the gas and saves it. Nico Brock and Grim Fate. The truck shutting off on him definitely just flipped the switch for him. And up and over, he's going to go again. This time he gets shut off, but he lands back on all four wheels. And the officials are going to let him keep on going. Hear the truck backfire when he got it restarted. And he's going to go for that same cross thread once again. Not quite as big this time. Nico Brock putting on one of the best freestyles of the year. He's going to cross-thread the fan stack. And then combos it right up with the other stack. Gets into trouble once again. And another great save for Grim Fate right as time expires. And back onto the side again. Hard landing on the back of the chassis. And it's going to be a perfect 30 for Nico Brock and Grim Fate to take the lead. He's finally getting his first win here in KORR Monsters. It's just a matter of is he taking that trophy home by himself, or is someone else taking a piece of it with him? As now we have Guy Neal in Flashover coming out. One freestyle earlier in the season. Starting us off a little bit of a slap wheelie. Backside of the van stack. Coming around, looks like he's going to go big air on the bus stack. Not quite as big as we saw out of Rambunctious. Combos it up with the fan stack in the front end. Falls out of the truck. And the truck falls over. It's only going to be an 8 for Flashover. Way too much time on the clock. But what a wreck there at the end. As now Opal Baxter comes out. Second to last truck. And Reckless Red. Huge air off the van stack to get us started. And then into a beautiful slap wheelie. Puts it down, gets into trouble, up and over. She's going to go again, but she's going to save it. Opal has been having a terrible year. She has not won a single event. She keeps going over way early in freestyle. Trying to break that streak. She's won an event every single year of her career up to this point. Could 2008 be the first year she does not get a win? Huge air going over the bus stack the other direction. Now she's going to cross through the bus stack the other way. Huge air from Opal Baxter. She's leaving it all out on the track. Wild moves non-stop. 30 seconds left on the clock. This is about when she's been wrecking all year. Huge air there, and she's going to go over once again. Can she save it this time? Yes, no. On her lid, 15 seconds left. It's going to be a 28, though, from the judges. They really liked what they saw, but way too much time left for her to get a 30. As now Mark Moody comes out in Haas CNC. Or should I say what's left of Haas CNC. They took the entire body off that truck. Starting us off on the same van stack almost everyone has started with. Last truck out. Can Mark tie Nico? Or is Grim Fate going to get the winner? Is it going to be Haas? No matter what, it's going to be a Chevy, though. Huge air off the bus stack from your reigning freestyle champion. Lining up for that next hit. Getting huge air off the purple stack. Gets into trouble, loses a wheel, gets kicked in the air, and he's going to bring it back down onto all three wheels. What a move from Haas CNC. Gets into trouble once again, buries the front end in the dirt. Up onto two wheels, tries to save it, up and over he's going to go. Not saving that one. Wild crashes there from Haas CNC. Only getting a 23, however, not going to be enough. Nico Brock in Grim Fate gets his first career freestyle win here in Jacksonville, Florida, over Reckless Red with a 28, Violator and Rambunctious both with a 27, Sassy Child with a 26, Glazing Confused with a 25, High and Mighty with a 24, Haas CNC with a 23, Bull Tilt with a 22, Buster with a 21, Mothman with a 16, and Flashover with an 8. But as always, be sure to let us know what you thought about this show down in the comments below. Do you think the judges got it right? And what was your favorite crash from this show? Because there was certainly a lot to choose from. And make sure to check us out on Instagram to keep up to date with everything going on behind the scenes. And as always, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week for KORR Monsters Finals 9 Racing. We'll see you then.